La 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 la
Hey
la
folks, I'm
la
Camille
la
Who
la
Armstrong, the Performing
la
Arts
la
Renaissance
la
woman.
la
For over 40 years,
la
I've worked as a
la la
performer,
la
educator,
la la
consultant, and coach. But most importantly, I'm a parent. From classrooms to stages to bedtime routines, I've spent my life nurturing creativity, character, and connection in the next generation. This series is for you, whether you're expecting, learning as you go, or parenting for the first time, or even third time around. I'm here to share the insights, tools, and real talk I've gathered over 4 decades of hands on experience. Welcome to Camille Who, the Child Whisperer. I'm so glad you're here.
Teething does not have to drain your wallet or your sanity. Camille Who Armstrong here, and we're talking about teething. And did you know that relief is just probably steps away from where you are right now in your household? Let's talk about teething and how to handle it without having to, stress yourself out about what teething toys are correct or proper for your child, and spending your money on all these different kind of gimmicky teething whatevers. And one of these days I'll do a video on, I know I've been threatening this, but one of these days I'll do a video on old school versus new school. And this is one of those old school sort of home remedies that you can use to ease the pain and the stress and the uncomfortableness of, or the discomfort of teething during your baby's time of teething, and the parent, you as the parent's time of teething. Well, first of all, what your child is going through when they're teething, they are they have gums that have no openings, right? So, and I know this may be obvious to most of you, but some people, they don't really put that together. There is a groundbreaking that's happening, right? Teeth are coming through and nothing. They're coming through gums that have never been opened before. So it's not like you lost a tooth and then a new tooth comes and the opening was already there. This is groundbreaking. So there is itching that happens. There's tenderness. There's achiness. There's think about it, if you ever remember getting your wisdom teeth, because that opening wasn't there. These were the extra teeth that came, and it was groundbreaking, and it was a slow process of that tooth coming through the gum, probably for a whole year, probably for even 2 years. It's just this slow process. So it's not like boop and it happens and you don't feel pain anymore. You're feeling pain and tenderness for months. So this is what's happening with a baby. Thank God they don't feel it anymore. Their teeth come in and they don't even remember that they went through the pain of this. But in the moment, it's hard. It's hard for baby. It's hard for parents, because parents want to be able to soothe their child in their discomfort. And it's you're grasping here. I'm going to share really two hacks that came from the old school, that is age old. Like, it totally tops all those gimmicky teething toys and apparatuses that are just like, it's just here's money, here's money, here's money. You're just spending money on stuff that can get dirty, things can get lost. These things are, they get lost, and then what do, right? Like, oh no, where's the other one? Oh no, we have to sterilize it. Right? Like, it's like panicking. But you have things in your home that you can use that work like a charm. Okay, so here's what we're going through, right? We're going through some fussiness, right? Your child is in pain. They don't know how to express themselves except for probably crying. They're cranky, and they are going to feel it even in their sleep. So then even their sleep is going to be disrupted. I know children who got a fever every time a new tooth was coming. It wasn't an infection. It wasn't a cold or anything. No, they just, every time a new tooth was coming, they got a fever the night before they started getting the pain in their mouths. So we really wouldn't be able to tell until, after a while, after you get past, like, after you get to the sixth tooth or the seventh tooth, you realize, okay, she has a fever. Tomorrow's going to be a cranky day. She has a fever, no other symptoms of anything. Tomorrow's going to be a cranky day. She's getting a new tooth. And it would be predictable. Some kids, they just cry a lot. Some kids, a lot of kids are really just grabbing anything and chewing any possible thing that they can chew, because it itches it scratches their itchy gums. And it also just puts a little pressure on the area. So what's happening naturally is the more pressure, the more it makes that surface, the surface of the gums, thinner, so that the teeth actually can come through a little bit easier. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen today. It's going to take, it's a process, right? Teeth grow slowly, slowly, slowly. And so in order to break ground, it's going to take time, and it's going to be achy, and it's going to be kind of miserable for poor babies. Another thing that's happening is they're drooling a lot. Okay, this is totally normal. What you want to look out for, though, is the drooling that ends up on the skin, and sometimes it irritates the skin because maybe they have milky drool, and some kids' skin is a lot more sensitive, and so they can get rashes, right? And chewing. I mean, if a child needs to be chewing something, they will grab for things that are not safe. And that's a safety issue, right? So that's something you want to make sure you're able to control while they're going through this stage, which I'll cover that in my 2 hacks. And then you have, just you're grasping. I'm going to just buy this toy. I'm going to try this toy. I'm going to try this toy. I'm going to try this thing. I'm going to try this thing, but you're spending money, and do you really have to spend that money? Hence my 2 hacks. Okay. Number 1, you get a washcloth. I know you have a lot of washcloths, especially baby washcloths, because if you had a baby shower, that's one of those things that come in the packs of things for baby. So you get maybe 4 or 5 of these washcloths. You put it under cold water and you wring it. Leave it wrung. Put it in the freezer. Let it freeze. You can get 4 or 5 of these, and just as your child is a little irritated, what they're going through, you grab one and give it to your child. It's ice, which takes down swelling, which eases pain, and it's nice and wet. It soothes right away. Then because it's wrung, it has that texture that really sort of itches or scratches the itch without being, I know that there are some bumpy teething toys that I feel like are a little too much friction on brand new baby gums for my taste. But they sell them anyway, and parents buy them anyway. It's up to you. But a wrung washcloth does just that and does not cause too much friction and does not cause possible bleeding because of piercing or whatever, right? Like too much friction can be a problem. You can give that to your child. Like a 7-month-old can hold it and chew on it and suck on the water. So they're getting water and they're chewing. So they're chewing away, and it's nice and cold, but it's not, and it's one of those things that it's not going to stay frozen for long. So it's not like your child is in danger of frostbite or anything like that. It's kind of like putting cold fruit in the freezer. As soon as you put it in your mouth, it starts to melt really quickly. Right. So this is the same concept. When it starts to melt, it starts to open up. You don't have the same um, uh, structure, the same shape that it was in. Then you can just take it and use it. You could just take that, wash it out, wring it, put it in the freezer, grab another one. Your child can use it. But you'll see that it will soothe them a great deal so that they don't end up, so they will actually chill for a while. They won't necessarily need it like back to back to back to back. You do have them prepared just in case. That's hack number one. Hack number two is a clean finger. Your fingerprints have a texture. What you want to do is you sit with your child here, they're facing outward like you are, and you press gently on the gum. Press gently on the gum. You don't want to rub it because that creates that friction, and too much friction can cause a problem. That can cause more tenderness and more achiness and more fussiness. So you really are just pressing, you're putting pressure, you're putting pressure, you're putting pressure, and you're moving your finger around. Now this is soothing for your child, but it's also bonding for you and your baby. This is a way that you can be that present solution for your child. And it creates that bond, and it creates that my mom or my dad helped the pain go away. At the end of the day, your presence for pain, your presence for discomfort, your presence for anything that goes wrong, bad emotions, negative emotions or hurts or falls or any kind of thing like that, your presence is the best remedy, right? At the end of the day, when you're going through a hard time, you want somebody there, right? Some of us are silent sufferers and we just go alone somewhere. But when you have someone there that just says, yeah, that's rough, and they don't try to fix it, they just are there for you, that right there helps you. It just helps the healing, right? It just helps you feel better. And this is what you are creating for your baby. You are then just, your presence is there, you're bonding, you're creating security, and you are soothing them physically. And you just rub and rub and rub. Yes, they're going to bite on your finger. They're going to bite on your finger, so your finger's going to have to get tough. But, obviously, you're keeping your hands nice and clean. They're going to bite and they're going to chew. So you can switch. You can kind of move your finger in different directions. But press it, hold it there, roll it back and forth, move it to another spot, roll it back and forth, move it to another spot, roll it back and forth. I mean, you could be watching something on TV while this is happening. So you don't miss your show. I don't condone that, by the way. But it's one of those things that you really just, you can be there for your child and you don't have to spend the money. Old school versus new school. All right. And yeah, I think I've said it all. I'm Camille Who Armstrong. Happy to serve.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Camille Who, the Child's Whisperer. A heartfelt thank you to the generous supporters of the Books and Beyond campaign. This series wouldn't be possible without you. If you're a new or expecting parent, I created Better Parent, Better Future just for you. I empower first-time parents to embrace a positive mindset and navigate those early parenting years with confidence and joy. Click the link in the description to learn more or to find out how we can work together. Until next time, keep showing up, keep growing, and keep leading with love.